Hi everyone, today I have this wild summer night out makeup look for you. I was just inspired by this dress that I'm wearing and also just wanted to do something to go out in, something fun and colorful and definitely daring. And when you go out, like I always say, you want to stand out and you want to make your makeup noticeable and eye-catching. So that's what I try to do with this look today. The eyeshadow palette that I decided to use, and I will also talk about on Thursday on my blog, I will upload swatches and a whole review. But this is the palette here. This is from Coastal Scents. I hadn't shopped at Coastal Scents for a long time, but I bought a few things from there and I'm actually really impressed. This is the Creative Me 1 palette, and what I love about this palette is it's very pigmented. You will see in the video coming up, but it's just very bold and bright, and this is what you need for summer. I always say get one palette for a whole season, and that palette should last you, and this is really going to be my summer palette, and I will try to do as many looks on it. Just in case you get it as well, we can kind of do these looks together. I also like that this, I'll talk more about this palette on Thursday, but I love that these little pans come out so you can also kind of mix and match these. So if you feel like you never use one of these colors, you can take it out, put it in a Z palette and put in kind of like a transitional color or a brow bone color, anything that you feel you're missing. You can just take these out, which is really cool. So this is very inexpensive. I think it was $11 or $10. I will link it below. No, I'm not sponsored by any video. I decided I'm not going to do sponsored videos at all. I don't know if that's going to be kind of detrimental to my channel, but I feel like when you do a sponsored video, you're kind of obligated to say things that you wouldn't normally say about a product, or you wouldn't say anything. And I feel like even if you don't say anything, it doesn't help us, you know, consumers, because if a product is pretty crappy out there and you don't say, you're not helping us, you're just kind of avoiding that, and it doesn't help us because somebody else might go out and purchase it. So I decided that I wasn't going to do any sponsored videos ever on my channel, so you will always know that my opinion is the truth, and you know that I won't be swayed by any kind of payment or any kind of freebies or anything that they send. I don't even know, because I have never gotten anything. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started because this is a very colorful look. I'm also styling my hair a little different. I did a middle part and just kind of these crazy bouncy, or not really bouncy, but just waves. And if you like the hair, let me know so I can do a video on it as well. I hardly ever do hair tutorials just because I'm not that good at hair, but once I have one style down, I do that until I find another one. So if you want to see this hair look, let me know as well. And if you're interested in this makeup look, just keep watching. The first thing I'm going to do is apply my eyeshadow primer. This is very important when you're going out because you don't want your makeup to crease off or wear away. So this is really going to extend the wear time. I'm going to use a translucent powder and just set that. This is important to make sure your eyeshadows don't skip. Okay, taking an eyeshadow by H&M. I will link all the descriptions below, but this is just a transitional color. I'm going to place that using a thinner shadow brush, and I'm just going to outline my crease. Let me zoom you in so that you can see what I'm doing. I don't have any makeup on, so don't get scared. I'm just going to place this all over my crease, and then taking a fluffier brush, I'm going to blend it out. Now I'm going to go into the first color, which is this coral color here. And taking a synthetic brush, I'm just going to pat it in the inner eye area like this. You really just want to pat, don't drag, just pat, 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 pat. And I just fast forward this, but I left as much as you can see how many times I patted. Taking the other side of that brush into this hot pink color, and I'm just going to do the same thing, pat that onto the center of the lid. And where the coral meets the hot pink, I'm just going to kind of pat it on top of it so that it could blend. But right now I'm not worried about blending, I'm just focusing on putting the color. Taking this fuchsia color and I'm going to place that in the outer corner. This is a smaller brush, but I'm going to place that in the crease as well because this is going to be the color that kind of blends them all in. So here you can see I'm taking a pencil brush and just blending this color into the crease as well. I'm going to go back into the coral and pat that on because I want this to be very intense. I do this several times in this video. I think that here's the hot pink one now. I think that people fail to see how many times YouTubers will go back and place the color on top and then blend it out and then place it again and then blend it out. It's a very tedious process, but this helps so that the colors stay on the longest. You really want to pack on all the color that you can. Now I'm going to take that fuchsia color. Here's where I mentioned I'm blending it out. I'm just blending, blending, blending. And here you can see what I have so far. And I'm going to go ahead and take that smaller end, and I'm actually using the purple one, not the one that I'm pointing to, but the purple one next to it. I'm placing that on the lower lash line. I apologize that you can't see, but just placing that on that lower lash line. I'm now going to take this kind of tangerine color here and placing that in the inner portion of the lower lash line. This isn't it's a scary color, but don't worry, it's wearable, and when it's on the lower lash line like this, it kind of acts as like it gets rid of dark circles as well. All right, now I'm going to take that orange and very, very lightly place that just above my crease, but I feel like I put too much, so I'm going to go back into that transitional color and go right over that orange, just so that it won't look too orangey. And now I'm going to pack on the colors again, taking the coral and the hot pink and the fuchsia and just packing them on. This is really important because I want the shadows to be very intense and just to stay on. So every time you place a crease color or anything to blend, you have to pack back on again. All right, now I'm going to do my face, so I'm going to zoom you out and apply this primer all over my skin. This is actually a really good one. It helps get rid of texture. And I'm taking this Dream Liquid Mousse. This is from Maybelline. It's honestly my favorite now. I take quite a few pumps, I think like 6. That may be too much, but I just place this using a small foundation brush all over my face, and I blend it out with another brush. I really love this foundation. It makes my skin look very airbrushed and whipped, and it's long lasting, and it helps because I have oily skin and it still stays on even in these hot, humid Texas 100-degree weather. So I really recommend this foundation. Now I'm going to go into concealer, and I'm actually going to use this as a highlight as well because this is a night out look and I do want to highlight my whole skin. So everywhere in the center of my face I'm highlighting, and then taking this blending brush and just blending it out so that it can look seamless. The reason you want to highlight when you go out is because it's dark and you want your features to look very prominent and really stand out. So that's why I highlight with a very light highlighter. I will list all the products down below as well. Now I'm going to set my under eye. I'm going to bake a little bit. So just taking a lot of powder and placing that under my eye. I have oily skin, like I said, and baking really helps the longevity of my skin or makeup. So I'm just going to place that everywhere I place the concealer, and then taking a bigger brush and taking that powder all over. And then I'm just going to wipe off the bake that I placed. I don't really bake very long. Some people bake a very long time, but I really don't. I'm just going to wipe it off now. Just when I'm done powdering my full face, I'll go ahead and remove my bake as well. Like I said, if you want your makeup to last, bake. It works. It really, really does. All right, so everywhere we highlighted, we must contour. I'm taking this Hard Candy contour kit and a dome brush and just contouring. I look very washed out in this video right now because I'm right in front of a natural light, but the contouring is a little bit heavier than this, and I really recommend going heavy on the contour when you go out Like I said, it's dark. It's not going to be very noticeable, but you really want your features to stand out in that dark. So contour my cheeks and my temples, my under jaw, or my double chin, I should say, and under my lip as well. All right, let's move on to the eyes again. I'm going to place this yellow color in my inner corner. This is just going to brighten up for the next shadow that I'm placing. And then I went ahead and put a little bit more of that tangerine color because it kind of went away with the concealer. There you can see. All right, so I'm going to go into this glow kit from Anastasia, and I'm going to take that yellow highlight color, and this is what I'm going to highlight my inner corner with as well. I really like this highlighter, especially for the inner corner. It looks so nice. And I'm going to highlight the brow bone as well. And this is just going to help because the whole look is matte and I want this to stand out. All right, now I'm going to do my brows, and I actually am going to do these off camera just because it takes a long time. And here I'm going to set them with this brow gel. Like I said, I will list all the products down below. Next, I'm going to go ahead and line my lids. I go fast on all of these because you've seen me do this a million times and it's nothing new, nothing different. So just taking my NYC liquid liner and lining my eyes. I did end up making a wing. I didn't want to, but I ended up doing one. All right, now I'm going to move on to my blush. This is a muted pink blush, and I think it's perfect. It doesn't fight with the makeup, but it definitely complements it. So just taking an angled brush and beating that on. And then I'm going to highlight using that same yellow highlight because I love it and it really brings the whole look together. Highlighting my Cupid's bow as well as the tip of my nose. Now I'm going to curl my lashes and I'm going to apply my mascara. This one is by Marc Jacobs. It's the Velvet Noir Mascara and I really, really love it. It's perfect for a night out. So there you have the whole look. I'm sorry my camera died and I went to go do my hair, but I put on some false lashes as well. So that's the whole eye makeup look. Now I'm going to move on to my lips and I'm going to line them using a flesh colored liner. This one is my favorite. I forgot the name, so I'll link it down below. And I'm going to use this H&M lipstick. It's in the color Peach Fuzz and it's just a nice peachy color. And I'm just going to pop that on. I did slightly overline my lips as well. Oh, I'm going to show you my favorite new thing to do. So this is a highlighter from ColourPop. I'm not too sure, but I will link it below. But I just place that in the center of my lips and it makes them look so, so pouty. So that's it. That's the whole tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sticking to the end. And sorry about my eye situation here. You guys know I have like an allergy. And I don't even know what it's to, like, to be honest. I don't know if it's to the mascara or I think it's actually to the eyeliner because as soon as I go to put that on, it messes with me. But it's also when I put any kind of eyeshadow here in this corner, it just tears up. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. And I will list all the products down below and I'll show you this whole outfit on Friday. And thank you so much for watching and I'll talk to y'all soon. Until then, stay fancy.